Hey, it's Jen from Not So Mystical Tarot. This is going to be your midweek reading around Wednesday, July 10th-ish. It's just a quickie reading. Everything will be time-stamped in the description, so zip to your moon and rising signs too, because it'll give you a little more info. It's a general reading, so just make sure that you pop to those different signs. It'll give you a hand as far as knowing what's going on. You can find me on Instagram at Not So Mystical Tarot or NotSoMysticalTarot.com if you'd like a personal or a private reading. Otherwise, let's just get started with Aries. Aries, Nine of Swords. You are worrying about something in the Queen of Wands. Okay, first of all, Aries, you are the Wands. You are the fire signs. So let me just say this. Whatever you're worrying about, you don't really need to care about. Like, who cares? Because the Queen of Wands, she just like does her thing, and whatever she does, she doesn't care what anybody thinks. So I feel like you're caught up in worrying about something about what someone thinks about you. And you know what? It doesn't matter what they think about you. And honestly, deep down, you kind of don't care, but there's some little part of you that's worried about it. So let's just figure out what it is you're worried about, because there's something either you're doing or pursuing or thinking about doing, and you're like, what do people say? Who cares? You know, because this is you. You kind of don't really care, but then there's that part of you that does care just a little bit. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, all right. The Empress. Wow. Okay, so there's some kind of gift of yourself. Maybe you're kind of considering like opening yourself up to someone. I mean, yeah, the Empress, you know, she can be pregnant, having babies, all of that. Maybe you're thinking about having children, adopting a child, getting a dog. I don't know. Could be anything like that, but it's something emotional. It's something that you want to give of yourself, and part of you is like, I don't know, what are people going to say? And I know that for sure because you have the Nine of Wands also. And the 9 is all about that step. Annabelle, please stop. Sorry, my dog. The 9 is about that stopping and observing before you hit that 10 of Wands, where you're burdened and heavy laden. But the thing is, again, you go right here to the Queen. Who cares? So there's going to be this fleeting moment. You have these two 9s of like wondering, should I get involved in this? I don't know if this is a good thing for me. And then remember, you've got this Queen who's like, I really don't care. Kind of like saying, hey, remember who you are, and don't let anybody tell you what you can and can't do, and who cares what anybody thinks? Because I think that you're worried about what somebody thinks about something, and really, you're going to do what you want anyways, Aries. We all know this. We all know it. Just stop. All right, we got Taurus coming up. Taurus. We've got the Lovers. And what with it? And Death. Okay. Don't get all sad about that. It could be, this can be romantic, of course, but it also can be like the relationship you have with yourself. It can be a relationship that's kind of gone on by, and like, the thing with this is, this can even be a relationship, like if you're married or partnered with someone and you don't want to get rid of them, you don't have to get rid of them, but death also can kind of come through sometimes and sweep out the things that you don't need anymore. You know, the things you've resolved and the things you don't want to dig up. Like, I'm kind of feeling like, in case there might be a little bit of like that muckraking thing, you might want to let death come in and kind of clear that stuff away so that you don't have a tendency to pick it back up and throw it at each other. You know what I mean? Like, there's something in the relationship that needs to be let go. Now, if it's just a platonic relationship, that's perfectly fine, because it could be in a friendship where maybe somebody wronged somebody, or there's a perceived wrong, and you kind of can't let it go. Like, you hold a grudge against your best friend or your aunt or your cousin. It can be that, a colleague. If it's romantic, though, it's definitely time to just either let the relationship go or let the problem go, and then move on and enjoy the love that you had. Now, you have Death coming up again, so there's something about, it doesn't mean the relationship itself needs to die, but there's something regarding the relationship that needs to be let go. If it's a relationship from your past that's like coming back to haunt you, I would think let it stay dead. But if it's a relationship that's current, that is otherwise productive and good, if there's something about it that like somebody's holding a grudge, or there's some kind of funkiness going on, it is going to be really important to let that go so that you can move forward. Yeah, the Nine of Swords. There is some kind of, this is like the up all night, ruminating over something, just kind of letting it churn around and really upset you. So that's the thing, is if you want to stay in the relationship with this person, whether romantic or not, you're either going to have to let this go, just let it go, or you're going to be letting the relationship go. But it's one or the other. You can't have it both ways because it's not functional and it's not productive. So whether it's a colleague or a platonic relationship or a love relationship, either way, it's all the same advice. You're going to have to learn to let that go. You can't be in that state of rumination and have a productive relationship. So it's one or the other. There you go. All right, we're moving on to our Geminis. Gemini. Seven of Wands. Somebody's giving you crap about something. And the Ace of Wands. Okay. Now, the Seven of Wands is one of my favorite cards because if you look, he's up on this hill, right? There's people way down below him that are like sticking up at him, you know, having some nonsense to say about whatever. But if you notice, he's got this rod right here. And he's like, yeah, no, thank you. He's not running down the hill saying, oh, let me argue with you and fight with you about why I'm right or why I should be doing what I'm doing. It's like, I got better things to do than be down here in the gutter with you people. Like, you're up here and there's people down here and they have something to say. But really, if you're up here, why would you care what people down here have to say? You know, I quote this all the time when this card comes up, the quote from Les Brown. And he says, if you're hanging around 9 broke people, you're about to be the 10th. And that can be anything. That can be hanging around 9 negative people, you're going to be the 10th. It's the same thing. You are who you're around. So why on earth, if you're vibrating up here, would you go down there and argue with people? Because, I mean, not only are you holding this wand here, that you're not engaging with them, and you're just like, no thanks, you're going to take that wand and come here. And here, this is an opportunity from the universe. The Ace of Wands is an opportunity for action, a passion project. It could be that you're working on something really great and people are like, why are you doing that? You don't owe them an explanation. Who cares? It could be that you're in love with someone or you want to be with someone that's really great or whatever. There's some action you want to take that is like really important to you, whether it's a relationship or a project or a job or whatever. There's something really important to you, and there are people who have something to say, but does it really matter? Do you really need to care what they have to say? I mean, honestly, Gemini, do you care anyways? No. You always kind of do your own thing, right? What do we have flying out of here? The Nine of Wands. There is that period of hesitation, almost where you're like, oh, if I take this on, you know, this Ace of Wands that I'm holding, this Ace of Wands right here, is it going to burden me to where I've got that 10 of Wands where I'm bent over and I'm carrying all this stuff? Is it going to be too much? And the thing is, this opportunity is so big. I don't think that this can hold you. This Nine of Wands can't really hold you back as much as your logical brain, because you're the swords, you're very logical thinkers. As much as your logical brain tells you, you know, hey, listen, I don't know, I mean, maybe those people are right. You're like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go do what I want to do because I know better anyways. And you do know better. Honestly, you do. Let's get one more card here. Give us an idea what this opportunity involves. The Empress. Wow, again, this is coming up for a couple different people. The Empress is all about giving of yourself. This is something that is more than just work. This is something that is near and dear to your heart. Like, this is something, like, that's what I was saying. It's like you almost can't help yourself. You have no choice. This opportunity is right in front of you. You have no choice but to just go for it. And like I said, it's touchy because it's emotional, because it's personal, and you're like, I don't know if I want to do that, but the thing is, you're going to do it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You might as well just do it. All right, we'll move on to our Cancers now. What do we have for our Cancers? These cards are flying out of here. Wow, 10 of Pentacles, Cancer, and the 10 of Swords. Okay. The thing is, this is major, huge, big success, and this is huge, big, sad heartbreak. I think what we're seeing here is until we let go of this won't come. But just seeing it together, it tells me that you're going to be able to let go of that. There's some sort of hurt or sadness, disappointment, some kind of majorly sad disappointment. The thing is, you can't, focusing on whatever this disappointment is will keep you from this. The thing is though, because this is here, I feel like this is something that you've already dealt with, like it's in the past. But I think what we're getting here is not to let it come up and destroy what you've got going on. Yeah, you've got the Knight of Cups here, and Knights are energy bringers, okay? So this Knight of Cups is I think teaming up here with this to say, listen, if you let this anguish, hurt, pain come, riding in, yeah, it will impact the success that you are about to have if you allow it. If you don't allow it, then it's really up to you where you go from here. Oh my gosh. And the other card you get with it is Temperance. Major Arcana card, major card. Temperance is about balance. See those cups? Emotional balance. And that's the funny thing, is that you had that Knight of Cups, this whoosh of energy. And this is saying, listen, just stay balanced, keep your cool. This happened. It is whatever it is. There was disappointment, sadness, yada, yada. But you know what? You're in control of the situation. Just because this massive amount of emotional energy rushes toward you, it doesn't mean you have to be out of control. So you keep your control, you keep your balance, and you're headed here. This is, I think, like recent, and it's a little ugly and hurtful and whatever. But you know what? You're bigger than that. So I think it's time to just kind of look past it and acknowledge it, and then move on. You are not the only person getting messages like this, I will tell you. Tough for a Wednesday, man. All right, let's move on to our Virgos. What do we have for our Virgos? The Devil. Old stuff kind of coming up, raking it up. And the Nine of Cups. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is a Virgo thing. I am married to a Virgo. I have more Virgo friends than I can count, and I'm talking dear, dear friends. A lot of times, Virgo, when you are happy, Nine of Cups is about realizing happy things and realizing emotional goals and feeling really, really great. A lot of times when you're here, you like dig up something to worry about. This is falling into old behaviors, old patterns, old ways of thinking, old ways of being, like almost like you're not supposed to be happy, so I'm gonna dig up something awful so that I don't get to the Ten of Cups, because it's really happy, and then you could take that away and I'd be really sad. And I am not beating up you Virgos. Just please know that I love you guys so much. I am married to a Virgo, but after all of this time, I recognize the patterns. And I see that happen with the Virgos so much that they realize this amazing potential that they have, and then they go, wait a minute, this could get taken away from me and I could be really sad. Wait a minute, this isn't good at all. Oh no, please don't do that to yourself. Do you know how painful it is to watch? And you don't like when it's brought to your attention, so I'm apologizing ahead of time. I don't mean to offend or hurt you, but look at this Six of Swords, okay? This is your logical brain. This is your logical brain saying, when these old thoughts come up and these old patterns and these old behaviors and these old ways of thinking and being and doing, you can pack them up and put them on a little boat and send them away. It's not that they aren't valid, but why? Why keep them? If you don't want to put them on the boat and send them away, put yourself on there, because swords are logic, and you are earth signs, you're super grounded, but you are also very smart and you are logical. So deep down, this is not for you. Like I said, either you get on the boat and get out of there, or put this on the boat and send it off, because you don't need it anymore. It might have saved you in the past. It may have helped you. It may have been a really good thing for you, but to remind you, but this is not a place that you need to be. Whoa, 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 things are flying everywhere. Oh no, I lost one card down here. You're gonna have to bear with me. I gotta get it, because I think it's your card. I can't fit my head under the table. Hold on. It is your card. I knew it. I knew I had to get that card. You want to know what it is? The Knight of Pentacles. This is you guys. You are the Pentacles. Knights are the slowest moving energy in the deck, okay? And the thing with that is, it's taken you a long time to get to this place, because you're very guarded and you're very reserved, and you don't just throw yourself out there. And I get that, but especially now, because it's taken you so long to achieve this, don't entertain all of this, okay? You don't need that in your life. You really don't. You just don't need it. It's time to just let it go. Walk away, Virgo. Walk away. All right, we're moving on to our Libras. Libras. Well, this one's okay. I'll take this one. The Chariot. All right, you've got something rushing toward you. What in the heck is it? It is your future. Yay! Okay, so the Libras have got something kind of rushing in. It feels a little bit frenetic. This is saying, listen, you have a lot of potential right now. You have a lot of momentum. Stop for a minute. and look at, like, this is about taking the momentum you have and the drive you have and all this energy and saying, okay, how does this fit into my life? Because you don't want to lose it. Like, I feel like you don't want to squander this energy and this momentum and this this opportunity that's coming to you. You're going to want to, hold on. Okay, I'm back, but I'm... All right, Libra, I'm sorry. Somebody came in and out 2 different times, and he's back. As a fellow air sign, you can probably understand that I'm trying not to scream bloody freaking murder right now. I am so sorry, but we have a mechanical issue with the RV, and so there's some repairs being done, and it seems to be like we need to go in and out 6 times, even though we said we're not coming back in. Anyway, Libra, you have this major momentum coming toward you, and I'm saying it is time to, like, harness that, because this is, whatever this is that's coming toward you, these opportunities, this stuff, it's big, it's part of your, like, long range plans, like your 5-year plan, whether it's a job coming toward you or some kind of opportunity, maybe home ownership. I don't know what it is, but there's some major opportunity coming to you. It can be a relationship, it could be anything, but whatever it is, it's something that belongs in your long range plan, because that's what the 3 of Wands is about, is your long range plan. So I'm so sorry, Libra, about my interruptions, but let me just get a cup. Wow, okay. So you've got the 2 of Cups coming up also, and the 2 of Cups is about either your relationship with yourself, but I don't feel like that's what this is. This is about that there's somebody on your team. Like, you are not alone, you know? I want to see if I can get this where you can see better. You are not alone. Like, you are not on this path by yourself. This is about some kind of inclusion, either with a person that you love, or it could be a partner, a business partner. Like I said, whatever this is coming toward you like really crazy fast, and you might be like a little, you know, your logical brain, because you're an air sign, your logical brain's like, oh, I don't really know if I want to get in the middle of this. But whatever this is part of your long range plan. So I would say kind of trust in whatever this opportunity is that's coming your way. Really try to trust in that, because I think it's something that you are going to want to include in your plans, and it's something that's beneficial to you. Let's see what else came up. Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune. I love that. That is about your luck changing. And the thing that I want to say, and I always tell people this when this comes up, this is your luck changes, and your luck is good because you make good choices. So when this momentum comes, whatever this is something very good. And if you make the proper choice to involve and engage with this and put this into your long range plan, good stuff is going to come from it. So I apologize again for all of the incessant interruptions, but it turned out really great for you guys. So I'm happy that I didn't just give up and quit filming, because you needed to hear that, right? There's a Libra out there who needed to hear that. All right, we're moving on to our Scorpios. What do we have for our Scorpios? Near and dear to my heart, the Scorpios. Ooh, okay, again with this long range plan and the 4 of Cups. Okay, you have a lot of things that are available to you. You have a long range plan going on, okay? The thing is, because it's a long range plan, sometimes it's really easy to get like, ugh, like it's taking too long. Why is this taking so long? And you get this apathy, this boredom, this like, ugh, I don't even care anymore. You know, maybe, you know, this can be like the 5-year plan. You know, you're saving to buy a house, or you're saving for college, or you're in college and you're going, I'm never going to get out. I'm never going to be done. Or, you know, you're studying for different exams and, you know, for a promotion, and you're like, yeah, I'm never going to finish this. I'm just never going to get there. You know, like you're studying for an MBA and you're like, I'm never going to finish. You're going to finish. But you can't let yourself get here to this place of just boredom and not caring anymore. Like, yeah, whatever, I don't even care. Because a lot of times once you feel like that, it really, it means you're super close. You have coming up here the Ace of Wands, and aces are always, not Ace of Wands, I'm so sorry, the Ace of Swords. Aces are always opportunities, and this is your logical brain. This is all logical. You are the Cups, you are an emotion sign, but this is saying I need you to use your logical thinking brain right here. This is an opportunity for you to do that and kind of see the forest for the trees when it comes to this. You know, this boredom, yeah, this is for the moment right now, but in the long range plan, you got to make the choices that are going to get you to this long range plan. And just because you're bored right now doesn't mean that in the long range you'll continue to be that way. You're going to be happy when you stick it out and you make stuff happen. You also have this King of Wands. So what I'm seeing, King of Wands is super charismatic. I think it's easy for your attention to get caught up in things that are really interesting to you. This long range plan may not be super interesting. The King of Wands is super interesting. So almost like you could be sitting here going like, I could care less. Let me go do this. Let me go do that. Let me go do this. And it deviates you away from this long range plan. You need to really keep your brain on logical. Please keep your brain on logical and not just on this feels good right now, because that is exactly what I think you're kind of battling against, is this feels good right now. And you don't want to do that. Scorpio, you've got like amazing potential. I feel like you've got some stuff going on that's really cool, so you don't want to put yourself in that position of losing out on something. All right, we're going to move on to our Sagittarians. Ooh, Ace of Swords, Sagittarius. What is that about? Major opportunity and the King of Wands. Okay, you are the Wands. So I think the thing is that you have something that is available to you, a huge opportunity coming. And part of it relies on the fact that you are who you are. And I think what we're hearing here is take this opportunity and go with it, but don't be anybody different. Like, don't overthink it. Don't put yourself in the position where you're just overthinking it and trying. I keep hearing, don't try to be someone that you're not. Don't try to be someone that you're not. Let this beautiful, charismatic, fiery person you are, let that person out. Don't overthink this and try to conform yourself to something that you feel you should be. You need to just be who you are, okay? Because who you are is who they want. Don't try to be anybody else. It's really, really important that you don't do that. And I think that's why that ace is coming up. It's saying, you know, you need to be super logical here and be authentic, really authentic. Stick to what you know. Stick to you. Stick to being you. Don't try to be somebody else. You also have the Justice card coming up. And she's got this huge sword, okay? And that's saying, listen, like, again, with this being yourself thing, be who you are, and it's all going to weigh itself out. That's what, like, if you're looking for a job, or you're you have like a side gig, or you are looking for a relationship, whatever you're looking for, you've got to be logical and you have to be true to who you are, because who you are will always come back out. Like, that's the scales of justice too. You know, who you are will always weigh itself out on those scales, and it's always going to show, this is who I am. You're not going to be able to be someone that you're not, okay? It's just not going to work. You're gonna have to just be yourself. And maybe I feel like some of you think that maybe yourself is a little too much for other people, but it's not. It's not. You're who you are for a reason. You also have this 10 of Pentacles, and that just says, hey, you got major success coming your way, okay? So you opening yourself up, being that person, being who you are, in like unapologetically being you, is going to result in serious success. I mean, you are the Wands, right? This is going to result in huge and amazing success. So stay the course, be who you are. Don't trade yourself in for like a mellower model just because you think that's what somebody else wants from you, okay? Whether that's employer or like relationship, doesn't matter. None of that matters. All right, let's move on to our Capricorns. What do we have for the Capricorn? Judgment. Boy, you're not the first one to get that. Judgment coming up, and the High Priestess. Okay, looks to me like you have had something on your mind for quite a while. Something that intuitively, like, you knew this. Come on. You knew this was coming to a head. Like, your intuition is running like super, super high, and you don't like to believe in any of that stuff, and I get that, but you knew this was coming. This judgment is no shock to you. It may not be what you wanted. It may not be the way that you like it. Like, it's not all tied up neat in like a little bow, but I feel like you knew it was coming. Let's get some more information on this judgment. Sometimes, even if you don't like the outcome, sometimes it's just like, let the chips fall where they may, and I'm done with it. Like, sometimes you just need it to be done and over with. Oh yeah, the Moon. It looks to me like, like I said, you knew this was coming, and you didn't want to see it for what it was. Like, I think even though your intuition told you this is the certain way, the part of you that wants to see the good went, well, maybe not, you know, maybe it's not so bad. And you know what, it needed to be the way that it was. And even though you tried to like soften the blow, I think you knew it was coming, because you also have the Justice card, you know, and she's got that sword, and the swords are pretty fierce. That's why I feel like between the intuition, the Judgment, the Moon, and Justice, whatever this was, you knew this was coming. You might not have liked it. You might have tried to like wrap it in a different package and make it look a little bit different and try to like smooth things over. But in the end, it's that thing about kind of let the chips fall where they may. The scales here, you've got the scales. They balance themselves back out. In the end, it all balances back out. But I just think that you would have liked whatever this was to go a little bit more smoothly. And I can't blame you for that. But watch your moon and rising to get a little more info on that too, okay? All right, we're going to head to our Aquarians. What do we have for Aquarius? Aquarius, the King of Wands. Okay, what's that about? In the Six of Wands. Okay, the King of Wands is charismatic. He is charming. He just is him. He is completely and entirely himself. And I think Sagittarius got this King of Wands too. And what I'm getting here is like, for the Aquarians, you know, I'm an Aquarius as well. We're the air signs. We get stuck in our head. We are like really logical, and we think, well, I'll just think about it, and I'll think whatever I need to think into existence. I'll handle it in my brain first. Sometimes you just got to put yourself out there, and I think this is about you stepping out of that protective place inside your head and stepping out and being in the world, and like not apologizing for who you are, being that charismatic, like there's a part of you Aquarians deep down that has this like fiery, charismatic kind of thing, and a lot of times you just don't feel comfortable sharing it. But the thing is, with the Six of Wands, it says to me that when you do share who you really are, it's actually it's a thing that's very I don't want to say victorious for you, but you know what I mean. Like this Six of Wands is about really making strides and making changes and being victorious. Okay, we've got two cards that flew out here. I love this. This Seven of Pentacles is exactly what you need to be able to allow yourself to be out there, okay? Seven of Pentacles is about being super choosy. You can see she doesn't have a basket. She's not taking all these pentacles with her and picking them up. She's got this rod with her. So she's like thinking it over. That's saying, listen, you don't have to be like Miss Charismatic, Miss Out in the Middle, Mr. Man in the middle of all of everybody's everything all the time. Pick and choose where you feel comfortable letting yourself be out of that zone in your head and do that stuff. Like, you don't have to always be on for everybody 100%, but once in a while, like, I want you to set this little part of you free and just be yourself. Just let people see who you are, and if they don't like it, so what? But I think more often than not, you're going to see that people actually really do like who you are, and they're going to really enjoy that, and it's going to be an unexpected win for you. That's kind of how I feel. And then you get the Page of Wands that came out with this. And the Page of Wands, pages bring messages of action. It's saying, hey, go ahead, do it, take some action, make it happen, you know, put yourself out there. Pages bring messages. It's like, okay. And again, this is not the Knight of Wands, just saying, just like barrel out into the society like a crazy person. This is the message, like, it's okay, you can take that step. And then here you have that Seven of Pentacles being super choosy about it. So you don't have to be 100% all the time out there, but this is really calling on you this middle of the week to just at some point, and it can be in measured amounts, put yourself out there where you normally would not, because I think it's going to be a major win for you. Just be yourself, if you can figure out who that is. And then of course we could think about it for a long time, because that's what we really enjoy doing. And like I say, I'm an Aquarius, so like I never know who I am. I'm always all over the place. But you know what, just unapologetically just put yourself out there, and I think you're going to find that it's really beneficial for you. All right, we'll move on to our Pisces. What do we have for our Pisces? The Page of Wands. All right, getting a message about action in the Ace of Wands. Okay, well, Pisces, you are soft, you're emotional, you're gentle, you're kind, nurturing, loving, caring. But this is saying this is for you. This can be a romantic, passion, whatever, but it also can be like passion project. And I feel like for the Pisces, you've been through a lot, and there's been a lot of focus on other people and problems they create. But this is a message being brought to you that, hey, there's an opportunity in front of you. This is for you. This belongs to you. Pick this up. So there's something that's coming toward you that the universe does not want you to miss it, because you have this Ace, which is an opportunity, and then you have the message pointing it out, like, hey, don't miss this. I'm here to tell you that there's this big thing happening. What is it about? Temperance. Okay, well, there's maybe an opportunity for emotional growth, because temperance is about balance. You see these cups? You are the water signs, you are the cups, and temperance is about keeping that even. There may be like an online course or an in-person course. There's some kind of place for you, I'm hearing, like, to shine, like somewhere where you can work on you, on your emotional balance. You can work on your emotional growth. You can work on the way that I feel like it's all about you, though, working on you and what suits you and what's good for you, and emotionally what fills you and makes you happy. So that's pretty exciting. I'd love to hear what you have going on, the opportunities that present themselves. I'll be very interested to hear. Just want to get one more card here. Oh, I'd like to get one, not like 90 of them. They're all flying all over the place. There it is. You got the Ace of Wands again. An opportunity not to be missed. I mean, you got two Ace of Wands here in the page saying, hello, this is really important. Please don't miss this. But I see this opportunity is, I really believe, for your emotional growth, your emotional well-being. It's an opportunity for you to work on yourself, for you to be different, but different in the good way. So take this opportunity. Do whatever it is that feeds your passion, that allows you to do that work on yourself, and I say just go for it. Whatever it is, whatever is put in front of you, if it lights your fire and it winds you up and it's your passion, have at it, Pisces. I hope you have a wonderful middle of the week. It's a lot for a Wednesday, I know. I will talk to you soon.